Well, I wrote a book about it, first of all, but called The Universe from Nothing. The point is the simple answer is we don't know.
Right.
Because at the instant of the Big Bang, the whole universe was contained in a region where you'd have to understand gravity as a quantum mechanical force to really understand what was happening. And we don't have a quantum theory of gravity. So it's okay to say we don't know. But we can say what plausibly was the case. And one possibility, and the possibility that looks most plausible that I talked about, is our universe spontaneously came into being from nothing by quantum fluctuations. A space and time that did not exist, so our space and our time didn't exist, and there was no matter in the universe, and it suddenly popped into existence. And one of the neat things is if you add up the total energy of all the stuff in our universe, it adds up to zero as far as we can tell.
What?
Zero.
What is that? How's that?
Because gravity allows things to have positive energy as well as negative energy. You add it all up, and our universe looks like it has total energy zero. But I know you're shaking your head, but that's the neat thing is...
I'm trying to rattle something loose.
If you were going to create a universe from nothing, what would you make the total energy of the universe?
But why does it have to be from nothing?
Why would you... Once you realize the total energy of the universe can be zero, then the possibility that it comes from nothing becomes plausible. Because if it doesn't, you may need a deity to create everything. But it turns out you can create 100 billion galaxies, each containing 100 billion stars, without violating energy conservation. Okay? And it's the ultimate free lunch, as Alan Guth would say. And it's amazing that that's possible. Now, can we prove that happened? No. But everything we can point to makes it plausible. In fact, you can ask the following question. What would a universe look like today that was created, that arose spontaneously from nothing 13.8 billion years ago, just by known laws of physics, or at least plausible laws of physics? What would it look like today if that was the requirement? And the answer is it would look just like the universe in which we live in. Now, does that prove that that's what happened? No, but it makes it plausible. And it makes it plausible without supernatural shenanigans. And any time you can get rid of God, it's a good thing.
But isn't something out of nothing supernatural shenanigans?
No, because it happens all the time.
Right.
You know, this is an example I've been talking about a few times today to people. The lights in this studio, okay? The lights above us, our head. So what happened? So electrons change energy levels in atoms, and they emit photons. Where were the photons before they were emitted? They weren't in the atoms.
Where were they?
They didn't exist. They were spontaneously created.
So they were turned on by the light switch?
No.
So
when
the
you turn the light switch,
is God?
No, they're spontaneously created because there's no cause for any of them. Each atom spontaneously decays into a different level because quantum mechanics says that these things can happen spontaneously. And when it does, a photon is created from nothing. One possibility, which is quite plausible, if our space suddenly popped out of nothing, Einstein tells us that space and time are together. We live in a four-dimensional universe. So if space began at that instant, so did time. So there was no before. The question isn't a good question. Time didn't exist till our universe came into existence. So to ask the question, what was before, is not a good question.
So